Hello guys, this is Kratmaster and welcome to my jungle guide. I will be talking more about the lane at the beginning and then we will switch off to some core mechanics for Bastet. Now, the jungle is pretty simple in Smite. Your job is to be moving from lane to lane, clearing all the camps
Hi.
on the
That's
way
fun.
between them and helping all the other lanes secure
You
some
can't
kills.
honestly think you can take me, do
The
you?
starting build for
I
all
got you.
junglers, or 99% of the junglers, is Bumba's Mask,
You can't
rank
honestly
2
think you
Hog,
can
and
take
then
me, do you?
bots,
Looks like
like
you
health and
sent some
mana
fresh
bots,
recruits
as
for
per
us to
what you prefer.
destroy.
I like going with 1 health, 1 mana, just to sustain both for whatever I would need later on in the game. Uh, now, the starting position. You always start with wherever the fire giant is, or where the short lane is, or where the solo lane is. They're all the same thing. Uh, when you start there, you start. If it's on the left side, you start at the speed buff. When it's on the right, for the new jungle route, it starts at the mid camps, move to blue lane, and then after a bit, you go back to red to give it to mid lane. But we're on the left side. This hasn't changed yet. What happens is you start at the speed buff here. Hug it immediately so that you don't get extra damage from the small ones. It would immediately kill it. Piece of advice: when you do it, just go to the side so that no one can steal it. If you're standing on the inner edge of the circle, there's a high possibility that the enemy team would just snatch your speed from you. So you need to pay attention to these things. Now, when you get both cams, go to lane, and from here real role starts. You begin to help the solo lane with killing one of the enemy gods. If you fail, it's fine. Like, most of the time, no one gets a kill here. But we will talk about when you leave in a bit. Now, there are many ways to
How
play
do you like that?
the early junglers, and you need to, like, every single one has his or her own
Holy
style at the beginning. Especially, it depends on the combo uh, with your solo laner. And since it's Chang'e, she can heal and etc. etc. We can afford to be a bit more aggressive. Now this helps us by, as you can see, they weren't getting most of the last hits. The tower was killing the minions, so we were able to like force them to lose some gold. Now,
Hi.
as you can see, I left when I hit the 3.5 level mark. This is one of the conditions to leave. See, you would leave in the following:
Oh shit.
hit level 3.5 or higher. Uh, the clock hits 2.5. You get a kill on the any of the enemy gods, or solo laner, of course, and or if the jungler leaves, the enemy jungler, that is. Now, after that, you go to the mid small fury camps, and then
Cancel
the other
that.
one you would have already hit level 4.5 by that
Take this
time.
jungle buff.
Then the red buff or the yellow, depends on uh, which side it started. But in this case, we started in the right, on the left side. So you move to right, give it to mid laner, and then move on to mid camps. Since, as you can see, we finished things pretty early. There's no use to just stand there and wait. So what you do is you go to mid lane and farm some
Thanks.
gold and XP with him. Of course, some people don't like that, but it really doesn't affect it that much. Especially, as you can see, we were pushing. There's no enemy god. If there was an enemy god, we would have had a chance to kill it. I'm sorry. Anyway, when there's just more
Bye.
than you and the support, or you and the you and the mid laner at the camps, it's suggested to go to the other one so that there's not much loss on the amount of XP and gold you would get. So I decided to go to the other side, get some solo XP there. Now, uh, there's not much to be said here. We had a team fight here. The ADC was too slow. We lost possibly 2 3 kills there. But these things happen. Anyway, when someone in your lane, in a certain lane dies in your team, you need to watch his lane for a bit if you're a jungler, just to make sure that the tower doesn't go down. You don't have to full on defend it and push along under the tower. All you have to do is clear the minion wave, and by the time you're done, he would be back, as you can see. Especially that early in the game, like it's 4 minutes. His death timer must have been like what 10 15 seconds. Anyway, uh, you need to always be aware of the jungle camp timings. Small fury camps spawn every 2 minutes, mid camps 3 minutes, and then the buffs are every 4 minutes, and then it takes us to the gold fury, which is 5 minutes, I think. I'm not sure, and then the fire giant, which is 10 minutes. Actually, no, yeah, it's 10 minutes. Now, what you need to always clear also the not only your speed, but whenever you have the chance to clear the mana buff for your solo laner, it would be great. It's good farming for you, and it would save him some time from going himself, maybe losing some health on the tower or getting ganked by the enemy god. Uh, Never go back when you have some jungle things to do unless you're very very low at health. Even if you're low on mana, as you can see, Boomba's mask gives you good mana regen. You could at least sweep up one skill. The teammates can help you, and go back only when you have to as a jungler. Like I had nothing, no mana to speak of, and uh, kind of low health. I wouldn't say very low, but kind of low. And as you can see, it hits 6 and 15 seconds now, which is already very late for mid camps. But anyway, it's time to go get it. Uh, the ward, I bought it because I like uh, having more visibility on the map. Uh, Sadly, I didn't bit like I wasn't quick enough to immediately go there, or I would have saved uh, Changa. Now it's fine. Like I told you before, all you need to do is assist with getting the kills. You don't have to steal them yourself or get them yourself. As long as your team gets them in the end, that's the main goal. And now to move on to Bastet a bit, she is one of those junglers that do not fear tower diving because she can just jump in and jump out. And as you can see, her 2 does already a lot of damage at level 2. Sorry, when it has 4 ticks on it only. Um, Now I don't know what's with Loki and me missing those skills. Anyway, we got a kill. Time to move on and defend. As you can see, Emir had already been defending mid a bit. When you have a chance to take down a tower, don't be afraid to stay in lane. Lose mid camps. It's fine as long as you can take uh, like secure a very good kill or get one of the towers. Especially like it's you're getting a tower at 7 minutes, so that's considered kind of good. And when you find yourself that you are extending where you can steal the jungle camps, also don't be afraid to do it. Just do it. It's a big hit. You can't believe how much these things tax. If you keep stealing the jungle camps from the enemy gods, uh, it's a huge hit to the team. Of course, you need to always know what each and every god can do. When I saw Poseidon coming, he can just slow me on the tower, and I would have been a very easy kill along with Ra. So I just moved out, did my thing, checked med camps which were already gone. So it's time to continue on with the rotation. I didn't go to red because by the time I would be finished, Raw wouldn't have enough time to go and take it. So I just decided to go to the left side, do some camps there, and then go help him on the right side. Do not save Hog, especially this early in the game. Like, you really, you rarely would need it to do anything else other than clear the jungle camps. So focus on using them on the bigger camps. If you were in lane and you found yourself being chased by minions and the enemy god was hitting you, don't be afraid to use it there as well. Now, the way I like to build Bastet, and this is really a personal preference because some people go for a completely different route. I go for full pen, and I like to stack some transcendence because if you don't already know, she suffers a lot from mana, whether early or late game. Like you'd see Bastets running out of mana even uh, 20-30 minutes into the game.
I've got my eye on you.
Now you don't like the jungler always tries to avoid clearing the
On my way.
dual lane side camp because both the support and the ADC use that for XP.
Jungle buff.
But in cases like this, when they haven't took it and
Ultimate
you
is
need
ready.
to continue on with the rotation, get some lots of XP yourself, then you can go ahead and do it. Like just make sure that one of them can go and collect it.
Enemy spotted.
Now, just like in mid lane, you need to be fully aware of what's going on the map because, like I said, jungler's job is to rotate and to secure kills. Now, if you don't pay attention to the map, you will never know when the enemy gods are low enough for you to go and secure those kills. Uh, well, let's see what else. Yeah, like I said, know the gods. See, Chronos just ulted there, walked away like nothing happened. Uh, Advice against Chronos: the hitbox on his stun is very misleading. So just pay attention to it. Anyway, like I said, there's a missing enemy god. Push a lane. Don't be afraid to get the camps. Don't be afraid to waste your hog. No, I really that was kind of a death mission there. They almost made it out if it wasn't for that
Hold.
lovely low key who pops out of nowhere. uh, Now jungle. Sorry, Bastet. As you can see, my preference in leveling her is to focus on her 2 and then her 3. Uh, Her 3 is kind of a burst thing. Your 1 is it's a burst and a slow, while your 1 is just a bounce with some damage. I don't really like leveling that much up because I only depend on it to get out or in the fights. I don't use it to damage people. My main damaging abilities and are, in my opinion, are the 2 and the 3. Uh, since most of Bastet's attacks are dots, it's really good to build penetration on her since you don't really rely that much on landing those basic attacks. Uh, what's the word? Crits isn't that great on her, in my
On my
opinion.
way.
I always prefer to just focus pen, full pen. You'll see my build now, and then
How do you like that?
switch to some defensive uh, build for the late game since she's kind of like Thanatos, early game beast, but towards the end starts to
How do you like that?
fall off due to very low defensive abilities. So I'm sorry. It's like I said, it's just a preference. I prefer building her uh, going with a unicorn build, as they call it. Now, as for the other
Careful.
junglers,
On my way.
most people prefer to go for crit and attack speed. For example, Mercury, he's an auto attack beast. So uh, when you build speed and attack speed and
They'll never
crits
know
on
I'm here.
him, you can never box with him because 2 3 hits you're dead. While if you build crits on Mercury and you have, sorry, penetration on Mercury and you have very high sustain, he would find it a bit more difficult uh, to kill you. So yeah, in my opinion, gods. So basically, all you need to think about is the god I'm playing going to be a basic attack god or a skill based god? Bastet is very skill based. She doesn't have any steroid like Bakasura uh, or Mercury, so she relies on her skills more than anything else. And of course, when you put more penetration for your skills, even the cats do more damage. So yeah, that's pretty much it about jungling. Now, when it comes to late game, really all your job is to control team fights, and of course to keep. As you can see, until now I haven't
That'll
stopped
do.
clearing the small fury camps. Like you don't ever stop them unless there's someone who is very under
I'll
leveled.
defend middle lane.
It's best
I'm
to,
building
especially in the late game
stacks.
when the support starts falling off. So you just
On
at
my
that
way.
point you just leave it to them. Other than that, keep an eye out. The wards that you buy will mainly have to
How do you like
go
that?
where
An ally has been
I'm sorry,
defeated.
where your other allies can. So if you're
Cancel that.
invading, you would just go there and place it. It gives good visibility. Uh, anyway, here's some uh, team fight here. As you can see, Bastet has amazing control over the fights. She has slows, she has dots. Gods
Outstanding
find it
work,
very
soldier.
hard to run away from her because she also has chasing abilities, not just she's a hit and run kind of character, which is what most of the junglers are in reality. Like, all you need to do is go in,
Killing one too many.
finish the job. Not s- w- Junglers rarely start the team fight. Most of the time, they're supposed to finish the kills. However, if for example you're ganking, that I don't know if you can consider that as starting the job, but your main focus is when there is a team fight going on, when there's
Great
a
work.
camp to be cleared, when you're trying to steal something from the enemy team. That's when you shine. That's when where you need to be very wary about. Now, when you're building stacks as a jungler, whenever you're near a
An
lane, go
ally
in,
has
clear
been
the entire
defeated.
wave, go to the other lane. That's the only way you can build stacks. As you can know, as you know,
I've
every
got your
camp gives you
eyes
just
peeled.
3 stacks tops,
Be careful right.
uh, and it would be very hard for you to just survive off of those uh, camps.
How do you like that?
Now, there's not much anymore really to talk
Retreat from
about
the jungle.
the camp, the sorry, jungling. So I will move back to sorry to Bastet herself. Like I said, Arachne is very annoying. But make sure you don't
Smite.
fight her 1v1 when she has full health because her regeneration has a
Get out of
very
there.
big effect on the team fight. Not only is it a dot for you, but you also it's hot for her. Uh, so just be wary of that. Be sure not to go against an Arachne with a full kit ready to fight you. That's pretty much it about jungling in general. Now, to move on more to be more specific about Basset itself. Uh, the way she works is she's a very good controller, a team
Be
control
careful in the
kind
jungle.
of god, like I said before, and good at securing kills, not stealing
On my
kills,
way.
securing. So I will just be putting some different clips from the match, just explain the different mechanics you can use with Bastet. Now, the way her ultimate works is three cats with certain health who will tank towers, and they will attack the tower as well with you to basic attack damage with you. Uh, they will focus the nearest god or any god who
How do you like
has
that?
been hit by your two or your three, whoever has the dot from you. Now, if in case there were more than one god, they would focus the
Roger
closest
that.
god to them. And once that god is dead, they will move on to the next target. If there's anyone else with that dot, they will attack him. If not, then they will just attack the nearest god. If there is no near gods and there are minions, they will attack the minions. If there are if they're near a tower, they will walk towards the tower and attack it with you. Now, about her one, you can jump to any location and then jump away uh, for a certain period of time. However, if you're in a kind of CC that
That'll do.
removes escapes, as in dashes, jumps, etc., etc., you cannot use your one again, or you cannot use it from the beginning to jump away. As you can see, all Poseidon had to do was put his whirlpool, and I was dead. What I was hoping for is kill him before he could put the whirlpool, which I failed to do, and then I would have left the team fight. No one would have been able to catch me, and
That'll be
I would
useful.
have hit safety and secured, gotten a kill from that team fight
Toward the
where
Gold
we
Fury.
lost before. So now I will just be showing more random videos. There isn't really much to talk about Bastet. She's a piece of advice: if you're new to jungling, use someone easier than Bastet, like Mercury, for example, or Thor. Their kit is very straightforward.
On my
There's
way.
no uh,
On my way.
advanced kind of play tactics that
Ultimate is ready.
you must deploy with them to be able to play them. But when it comes to Bastet, she's a bit more like there are a lot of things going on in her kit. The way to which skill to use first, how to engage and disengage. It's much more advanced play than the other junglers. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found some useful information there. And I will, if you have any requests for me, by the way, please go ahead and ask.
How do you like
Kratmaster,
that?
riverclan.com. Thank you very much.
Mission compromised.
Here we go.
Retreat, right lane.
Time will come.
You have slain an enemy. Later. Double kill.
Nice job. All right. Up high.
Thanks.
Baby, so ultimate is ready.
Ultimate is down.
Come and get
That was a cheap shot.
retreat.
Ultimate is ready.
First. Ultimate is ready.
Enemy has been slain. Slain an enemy. Later.
Enemies have returned. Right. Cancel
Take
that.
that.
Attack the right
Fire
tower.
giant. Attack fire
Cancel
giant.
that.
Fire
Attack the
giant.
right tower. Attack the fire giant.
Attack fire giant. How do you like that?
Attack. Come and get some.
They'll never know what hit them.
Careful, right there.
How do you like that?
Enemies
Got the killing spree.
Outstanding
Enemies
work,
incoming.
soldier.
Come and get some. Your middle tower is under attack. Right there.
Your team has destroyed the right enemy Phoenix.
Attack the middle phoenix.
Come and get some.
Enemy has been slain.
Attack the left phoenix.
Thanks. Come and get some.
How do you like that?
Your team has destroyed a left enemy Phoenix. Attack!
Come and get some.